Galit Jalamai. So here we are at the beautiful, oh my God, the Australian girls found a darkie. The beautiful front gate of the GRIYA PANDE in BERATAN, where I'm invited for a tooth filing today. Ah, the High Priest driver, one of the family members. Today I've been invited to the GRIYA PANDE in SINGARAJA, North Bali, for a mass tooth filing. Here are all the celebrants. They've just finished their tooth filing in the special Bali, the ceremonial pavilion. And this afternoon, one of them is my cook's son. He's getting married just down the road. But I've discovered in this beautiful special holy house some old friends that I used to play tennis with, who's now a holy man, or Sulingi, now a Sulingi, the Pande clan, a Sri Empu. And his old family house is in this beautiful colonial style. The Marajan is in the North Bali style. The original doors of the Marajan are still inside this exquisite gedong, which is quite unique to Singaraja. This style of carving and painting with the very high styrobate and the false styrobate inside, and this totally exquisite front door with the carving, paintwork, plasterwork going up and up and up. Inside are the doors from the old family house temple and the holy man's special tray with his, which always precede him to a ceremony. And then there's a very pretty room in here, which is his prayer room, which is something one finds in India, but very rarely in Bali. This little sedate room for his prayers. Across from the gedong, it's an old colonial era bungalow, which was built by the present Sri Empu's father. As it turns out, the Sri Empu and I used to play tennis at the Bali Hyatt, the old days. And there's a photo here of his famous, dashingly good-looking father, who was the only non-Brahmin and Raja to be invited to the old Puri Singaraja Palace to meet some Dutch officials. And there's this little photo of him just there in the middle, in that bottom row, in a simple black shirt. The present Sri Empu's father was expert silversmith, and he was awarded a Bronze Star from the colonial government for services to the colony. What an imperious gaze. Look at those heavy solo eyelids. Here he is in a more modern era. It's Victoria Applin smelling the flowers on her 60th birthday. From the family compound, we return to the, we'll just pick up a few Sulingi here. It's lovely watching them reading the Bali Post. So they did do all the Rajans on their teeth and their organs. Mabiukaon, niki mangkin mabiukaon. Charanat moton, dados wenten tulang napiniki. Tulang bawi, so that's a little shank, a little bit of a pig leg there. It's a singing pork curry thing, pangquat, so that they're strong and it's a puberty ritual ideally. I've never seen that before. This is the equivalent of the firecrackers that happen at the end of any major temple ceremony in China to appease the gods with the cracking sounds, not the gods, but the ground spirits. And in South Bali they use bamboo, which explodes between the nodes, but here they're using smaller bamboo. Singaraja, North Bali, is all about Chinese colour. So it's pinks, purples, mustards, shocking yellows. Offerings are rather beautifully placed. Great detail. Sometimes in the south, when it's like a truckload, sort of smattering and a smothering. Here it's very delicate. More Chinese, in fact. was a big Chinese influence on the north coast where all the trade happened. It's the Padanda's implements, the holy man's implements. So the holy man is sitting in the rice loft building, the north of the courtyard, as all the celebrants are doing another ritual. This is a very tender little ritual where the little man puts a little bit of something on the head. Of course, we've never seen this before. Tapi wastan niki upacara. Harus nak cenik ni kentanan. Ome biangkaun. It's a whole other version of the biangkaun. Oh. Perawan. Perawan wayah kene. Apa harus perawan yang kenten? Tapi wastane mah. It's a lot. It's a lot. Isn't that sweet? We have to have a male virgin that does this mbiangkaung. Lambang napi? Pembersihan nge. Lanang demon. The men first and then the women. Mun cara Bali delod tan mun tan paniki merero niki. Nge. Niki kan Bali kuno. Bali asli. It's this whole culture of the cloth, as well as the religion of holy waters, and the traditions of the string, the importance of the cutting knife. There's the culture of the coconut. So they're now ngayab, they're wafting the essence of the offerings to their feet and to their stomach. And this very pretty angklong music, which accompanies all of these important ceremonies. Ah, here we are, going across the threshold into a new or purified state. It's like a lot of Buddhist monks. Now they have to go back, he said. They're a little bit confused here. Back they go. The Pande are a very strong community in Bali. They're traditionally silversmiths or metal workers. And they have their own version of all the ceremonies. And their own holy men called Sri Empu. Shooting, kare video, matanding. Victoria Cobden, her 60th year with all the ladies here. Right, little cultural tourists there checking out a swing as we swing around to the beautiful main courtyard of the GRIYA PANDE in BERATAN. It's really very, very pretty courtyard, surrounded by these lovely verandaed bungalows, the ladies admiring the garden and talking. Well, there's the first courtyard and there's the main pavilion, which has a front veranda and a back more family veranda, and this is the more private quarters of the high priest, and then the family house temple. And then swinging around here we have lesser cottages. There's a very pretty back garden happening here, which is just a few mangoes, and there's the sort of dirty corner with the washing and the bathrooms, and then back to the ladies here, working in the workhorse pavilion. Tourism in Bali, cultural tourism in Bali. Take one, we have the intrigued Australian entrant. We have the Bandung man who couldn't be bored more, who went in for 5 seconds and then got a headache. Then we have my driver and my cook, whose son is being married today. Ibu, Meriki, Tanyo Manis. Her son is being married today. Then we have the high priest driver, dashingly good looking. Siraniki, Samaton, of the GRIYA PANDE. BERATAN. And then we go inside with this gorgeous bungalow. And it's all happening. And the ceremony's just finished, but just look at the architecture now. And the high priests are all happening up here like that. So we're now at the house up the road where the the groom and bride-to-be doing the final touches to their wedding outfit. He's got his lippy on. Mainole. Na, makinier. Yeah, that's it. That's a lovely. Sinadan ko rin eh. Oi. Putu. Putu. Orang oi gitu. The family members are arriving for the wedding. The wedding car is particularly splendid. Has the Balinese sugarcane. It's a symbol of wild sex. And then from the Christian culture, the lovely Roses Crucifixus Maria Santa Maria Gloria in red and white, the Indonesian and Majapahit colours. Now this temple is looking... Now the North Bali temples are known for their ornateness. This central Paduraksa gate, it's been done in the classic Javanese, Hindu, Balinese, Majapahit style with red brick and paras. But these side gates, which one presumes are actually in the same era, probably done about 20 or 30 years ago. Sorry, these ones are done very recently, but they've got the Singaraja form, which is squatter and very flaming finial. The boma with the screaming Garudas above it is very North Bali. And then of course the Chinese red, Kinchu red and gold is very North Bali, the Chinese influence. Very ornate. The main door, the family's temple. One always finds a little Pura Taman, a little water temple in miniature in these North Bali temples, and also at the ceremonies in North Bali they create little crazy water temples, or in the mountains too. Something I haven't seen a lot of in the south. I must say this really brings to mind Candi Tikus in Trowulan. Very similar. Candi Bentar is identical. There are lots of these Palingi, sort of altar buildings. No two temples are the same. This is the Aling Aling, the Tolak Bala, which stops the evil influences going straight in. This shrine is totally unique. Seems to be a bit like the old Bali Pamagat Sot. There seems to be a door in the middle of those two platforms. Lovely white posts on this one. Very unusual double kulkul happening up here, often with faces on them in North Bali. This lovely two-tiered Meru to pagoda to Shiva has a lovely yellow and white Shiva colours altar box, and then the whole back piece, the Ulon, is painted in this lovely, carved and painted in this very Java Majapahit classic Hindu. But being Bali, the Shiva is actually Shiva Bhairava. You can see the long-nailed. Very North Bali too, to have this grouping of shrines, almost like a terrace sanctuary, but split into separate styrobates, with a tripartite, or in this case a twinned towers. These statues on the main shrine are very special. Looking east from the main shrine, looking west from the main shrine, looking south from the main shrine. The northeast corner of the temple is this lovely Pura Taman, a special little water garden temple, done again in the Javanese classic. The house priest in the family house temple. It's a beautiful Godong, the main shrine. Raja colour. So here's the sprinkling of the pig's bottom. Thank you very much. Magnificent North Bali gate entrance to the family house shrine.